Mick Jagger claims that his girlfriend Marianne Faithfull has seen little green men alighting from a spaceship, and he adds he has also seen them himself. Too many people are quick to reject these stories of UFOs and ghosts as rubbish, figments of imagination or optical illusions. But we spoke to Traffic's road manager, Johnny Glover, who told us this terrifying story.
The night the ghost visited Traffic.
This is the story of the mysterious night when painters were at the group's cottage in Berkshire. They painted Stevie Winwood's bedroom floor and then left, carefully checking to see all doors and windows were locked behind them. The next morning, they unlocked the cottage to find mysterious white footprints leading from and going to nowhere at all, right across the floor. When I arrived at around 8 a.m. and walked in behind them, they nearly died of fright. We also spoke to Dozy, of Dave Dee, Dozy Beaky, Mick and Tich. Dozy is a firm believer in flying saucers. Dozy said, "Nobody will believe me, but I'm sure I saw one myself once. I was out walking with my fiancée in a village called Charlton St. Peter, near Salisbury, and I saw this thing in the sky. At first, I thought it was a shooting star, but it was going very fast and didn't burn itself out. There was also a red light flashing on and off. We watched it for about 10 minutes. And then it disappeared." Pete Townshend, leader of The Who, makes no comment on flying saucers. But he does claim to have seen a ghost. Pete said, "When I was in Douglas, Isle of Man, during the weekend of the TT races, I saw a ghost rider. I learned that apparently it was of someone who had been killed in the 1944 races." Well, we have news for Pete. There weren't any TT races in 1944. Remember, the war was on. But perhaps someone saw a ghost race there. We spoke to Graham Nash of the Hollies. Graham told us, "I don't believe we come from this planet. It's my belief that other planets put their own type on Earth, and they're watching to see who wins out." Startling thoughts from Graham indeed, but perhaps not so startling in this day and age of space travel, unidentified flying objects and science fiction tales. And particularly in a week which has produced yet another UFO and an even more spine-chilling mystery in America. The Daily Mirror recently ran a story headlined, "The Flying Saucer Men Have Killed Our Horse." It was an account of a horse found dead on a ranch in California. You may inquire, what's so strange about that? Well, its brain had been methodically removed and there was nothing in the center of its spinal column. The local ranger believes a flying saucer touched down on his land, and beings from outer space may have conducted the macabre operation. Certainly, a story to make you think twice. And add to this reports more recently of a gleaming silver disc seen hovering over Devon. We investigated and sought other stars' suspicions. Georgie Fame said, "I believe in everything, certainly in the powers of the beyond. That horse story intrigued me. Whoever these people are, I hope they're friendly." Georgie added, "I've never seen a ghost, but I would be quite prepared to come to terms with one if I did." It's safe to say that if Georgie ever saw a ghost, he would tell him to. But perhaps the most startling story is the one that Keith Richards told us. Keith believes that he lives on a UFO landing site. He claims to have seen several near his country home in Sussex. Keith said, "I've seen a few, but nothing that any of the ministries would believe. I believe they exist. Plenty of people have seen them. They are tied up with a lot of things, like the dawn of man, for example. It's not just a matter of people spotting a flying saucer. I'm not an expert and I'm still trying to understand what's going on. But Keith believes that something is happening, and he says he has it on good authority that his house is a landing site for UFOs. So this is what the stars of 1967 had to say about ghosts and otherworldly creatures. Happy Halloween, and don't forget to turn on, tune in, and drop out.